Good afternoon. My name is Staff Sergeant Kelsey Poyer. I'm the project manager, and we will be briefly discussing our Engineer Battalion Readiness Training Event project. So this briefing provides just an overall overview of the Engineer Battalion Readiness Training Event. The intent is to demonstrate that the project's well planned, resourced, and controlled. At the end of the presentation, if you have any questions or during any of these slides, any of the topics that we cover today, please feel free to stop me and just ask, and I would be happy to fill you in. So project overview. So overall, the Engineer Battalion Readiness Training Event is planned to be a single day event. It's going to be used to improve medical and dental, administrative, and equipment readiness. It's going to reduce delays caused by fragmented readiness processing. So the project consolidates multiple annual readiness requirements into one coordinated event. By doing so, we reduce inefficiencies and provide leadership with a clearer readiness picture. In doing this, for all the companies within our battalion, saves us a significant amount of time and resources. Work breakdown structure. I did attach the work breakdown structure on the slide. I understand you likely won't be able to read it very well. However, I have included the full work breakdown structure in the printed off project plan. You can reference that if you wish to do so. But overall, we ensured all the work that's required is identified and sequenced properly, and it's broken down into 5 main phases. So phase 1 will be initiation and initiation. Phase 2 will be planning. Phase 3 will be execution, and then phase 4 will be control. Phase 5 will be closeout. Each phase builds on the previous one, and we did that to ensure smooth execution. However, with that being said, if one phase fails, all others could be delayed. So we need to ensure that each phase is followed and all the steps are taken to complete those phases on time. Are there any questions on the work breakdown structure? Okay, moving on. Overall timeline and milestone. We have a more detailed schedule included in the project plan. This is just a general overview that includes the phase schedules. Figured if you wanted more detail, you could break it down on your own time, or we can do it after this presentation by reviewing the full project schedule within the project plan. So this is just the general overall phase schedule. This schedule allows sufficient planning time while maintaining momentum. The key milestones give leadership clear visibility into progress. So the overarching or overall schedule is going to be week 1 at 1 through 2. It's going to be the initiation and planning. Weeks 3 through 4 are going to be resource coordination. Week 5 is going to be execution. And then following execution, in week 6, we're going to do a project closeout. Close out the project, and we're going to do after action reviews to gauge how well this project worked, to see if we can use it in future years successfully. So resource allocation, again, we have a more detailed document within the project plan. However, I did not want to include several slides and take up all your time on that. I put just the brief overall resource allocation on here. Overall, the accountability falls on the battalion commander. We did this to ensure clear command authority. The project manager and the staff sections, medical, dental, S1, S4, and armorer are responsible for executing readiness tasks. The company leadership is consulted for coordination, while the soldiers are kept informed of schedules and requirements to support smooth execution. So we created the resource allocation in a way to ensure that um, every step and every process of this project would be covered and would have oversight to ensure that the project is um, being completed as it should be, and all parties are informed. Risk assessment. Much like everything else we do, there were risks identified early, and then mitigation strategies were built into the plan to mitigate and minimize the disruption during execution. Excuse me. Limited medical and dental availability, equipment or system shortages, and we're going to avoid these issues by mitigating through early coordination. All right, communication plan. So I gave just a brief overall communication plan, more detailed included in the project plan. However, general communications have been scheduled and they're listed in this chart. I've already sent calendar invites and reminders to all stakeholders for each of these um, communication timeframes. Communication is going to be the key to this project success. Um, like I said before, any phases being delayed are going to delay the others. So most of these stakeholders I have already scheduled weekly meetings with to ensure that the project is proceeding as planned and as it needs to. Now moving into the project budget. Again, we do have the full breakdown of the budget listed within the project plan. I just wanted to give you the overall numbers for simplicity. So the total estimated cost is going to be $18,500. That includes labor, equipment, materials, and travel. We aligned our budget based off of the work breakdown structure and the schedule, and the budget was based on prior readiness events and standardized cost estimates. Costs are controlled through our planning and our efficient execution. Um, Do you have any questions on the budget? Okay, hearing none. So this is going to be the end of our general briefing here, going over our basic plans. Do you have any questions on the engineer project plan as it stands right now? Well, thank you for allowing me to brief you. And as you go through this project management plan, um, if there's any questions that arise, please feel free to contact me and I would be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you and have a great day.